morning, holiday nerds. It is I, the man who puts the humbug in Bah Humbug, the OGGM, broadcasting live from a small island off the coast of Costa Rica, affectionately referred to as Site B, if you still believe that. Ha, ha, ha. It is Wednesday the 29th. November has come and gone. It is cold and dark and cloudy this 29th morning at 8:15 in the morning here with me. And it's Wednesday, so let's take a look at all the tabletop role-playing game crowdfunding projects that are coming to an end, but you still have a chance to back them if you haven't had a chance yet. And links to the ones I think are worth your time. There's only one this week, which is the thing I'm showing you right now. So let's just get into it. Thank you, ENWorld, as always, for posting these and making my job a lot easier. The crowdfunding project for Gary Gygax's The Hermit from Troll Lords Games is coming to an end. $40 is the most popular pledge, gets you the PDF and print version of the book and a double-sided poster map. And they just announced yesterday that there's a brand new stretch goal. If they hit it, people will get a copy of Gygax's The Thieves' Cant. Who remembers that? It was a red book, had a cover that looked sort of like stonework, and it had in red filigree letters, Thieves' Cant. And you thought it was all about Thieves Guild or Gygax's Thieves Guild or whatever. No, it was just basically words, like 200 pages of just words. It was just Gygax was trying to make the Thieves' Cant, Thieves language book. It was, of all the things, I'm not sure why they would go for that one, but whatever. The Hermit, it's a 7th to 10th level adventure that Gygax wrote sometime around before he died and before the whole Lorraine Williams thing happened. Don't believe anything Scott Garrity says about that. I don't know the full story. You'd have to go to the Troll Lords Games site. It's one of those myths. People have heard of the Hermit. Some people claim they played it. So it apparently existed for his system that he was working on after AD&D. Was the legendary adventure game that he was working on. That was like the last tabletop role-playing game rule set he was working on. Maybe. I don't know. It's too convoluted and stuff to really, for me to give the full 911 on it, or 411 or whatever you call it. Good morning, Cat Monroe. But it's out there. It's coming to an end. If you're interested in backing it's an adventure. I know it's an adventure that Gygax wrote a long time ago, and it's supposed to be cool. Moving on from Bastion Press, we have Mystic Bastion RPG, Before the Odd. This is for the Into the Odd ultraviolet grasslands setting. $50 is the most popular pledge for the PDF and print version. We know that Ben from Questing Beats loves the Into the Odd setting. I, as you know, read Into the Odd and then traded it because I was so disappointed with it. It just did not live up to the hype. I love the idea of the ultraviolet grasslands, but the actual thing when I read it and Into the Odd was sort of disappointing. It's another one of those, as my friend Aaron the Relentless refers to, art punk books. A lot of art, a lot of stuff, but very little thing. Anyways, it's a rules for hex crawls, domain management, mass comet, stuff like that. It's $50, but you can find the same stuff for quicker. They do have a free 74-page Kickstart PDF if you want to check it out. Again, I read through Into the Odd. I had heard so much about Into the Odd. I picked up Into the Odd. I was disappointed Into the Odd, and I was like, you know what? Hank from Runehammer did it better with Index Card RPG. So yeah, it's time, but it's out there. From Gallant Knight Games, we have Teeny Cyberpunk for the Teeny D6 system. $10 for the PDF of the World Book. That's about all I'd want to pay for a game that claims it's teeny. $10, and it should only be like 100 pages at most, maybe 80 pages. And this one seems to have gotten it because it's only 80 pages of rules, settings, and NPCs. So maybe they finally, because the one or two teeny games I've taken a look at were not very teeny and they were pretty pricey. But maybe finally Gallant Knight realizes that, we don't want big, stompy, super expensive games right now. We're in a recession. We want small, tight, fun games we can get for 10, 20, 26 bucks. And that's all we need. Old style gaming back in the Stone Age, where you get a box and it would have the entire game and everything you need to run the game, like the V&V box set or Cyworld or all those, or Aftermath. Everything I needed was in that box. That was like 26 bucks. Star Cross Love Letter. So this is a variation on the Love Letter / role game, which is not a role-playing game. I've played Love Letter. I've played variations of Love Letter. Love Letter is not a role-playing game. But anyways, this is a role-playing game. It's a 2-person role-playing games where you play out your scenarios with each other using the Love Letter card set. Yet not a role-playing game. Okay, 2 people who are interacting with each other through cards. And this one uses the Jenga tower instead. So they've stolen the mechanics from Dread and adapted it to Love Letter, which is a card game, which is fine the way it is. This is, I'm just, just sometimes I've got to get on my little soapbox and just go, no. Then this is one of those times. Like, look, I want everybody out there who makes games to be successful if they actually make games. Okay, a 2-person card game that also uses a Jenga tower based upon a pre-existing card game is not a role-playing game. Stop using our word. From Lucky Dice Games for 5e, we have Taverns Travelogues of Treasured Taverns. Taverns Travelogue of Treasured Taverns. Say that 5 times fast. $20 gets you the PDF of the book. It's a guide to taverns. We've seen hundreds of these over the years. If you need to drop in some oh, I like this right here. This little teeny tower in the middle here, coming out of the side of this building. And this little, This is supposed to be what's going on here? There's just this trellis just floating in the air here. But so yeah, you know what? You can find maps for taverns and buildings for free online. You can find historical lists of actual taverns that existed, going all the way as far back as, people were recording these things, which is pretty far back. I mean, if you go back to like the old Domesday books and the Red books, which basically were like the medieval tax books. So it's not that, I mean, it's $10, $20 seems to be a little pricey for basically just, here's some maps I found online and here's the list of names and some menus. From Rollforge, we have the Rollforge Craft Your Own Dice for an Epic Adventure. This is a mold to make your own dice using whatever it is you melt to make your own dice, resin. It's $183. And for that, you get the molds and the anvil clamp. But do I get the resin with this? Because otherwise I have to buy the resin or whatever I'm going to make this. Otherwise, I'm paying $183 for an ice tray. All right, so do you get the resin with this? And the thing to melt the resin. Do I get the resin? Do I? It looks like I do get resin. So this looks like one of those kits you'd find like Toys R Us around Christmas time, or Learning Tree around Christmas time, where it's like, make your own sandcastle, make your own butterfly thing, make your own terrarium. They're like 20, 30, 50 bucks, make your own rock candy, make your own rock crystals. So it looks like, yeah, you do get the resin. Okay. So you're basically paying $183 for resin and ice trays. Again, I hate to bag on people. I hate to be the guy to go, hey man, this is just no. But money's tight and we're going into recession and we don't have a lot of, wherewithal to just toss money things out. And I want to support these people, but I also want you, my listeners, to know that that's just a ridiculous amount of money, because I can just go to Amazon and go D&D ice tray. And for $12, $13, I can get a freezer thing, what's in the shape of the ice, pour water in it, wait a couple hours, pull it out. Then the ice cubes look vaguely like D&D dice. So I could just go get that cube, get some resin from the hobby shop for like, I don't know how much resin costs, but probably kind of pricey. Most of the cost would go into the resin, and do the same thing. I mean, the main thing is you're paying for the clamp and the sparklies and ice trays. And also 3D printers can do the exact same thing. So again, I mean, sometimes I feel really, really shitty when I do this. It's like, oh man, I'm telling people not to support this guy. That's kind of shitty. But the other hand, I know you guys don't have a lot of money right now. We're going through a recession, and if we're going to be spending money, we want it to be something that's worth the money. And $183 for an ice tray is just not worth it. Okay, moving on from Fox and Boar Games, we got Tressy, a raccoon mayhem role-playing game for $35. Is the most popular pledge. Gets you physical copies of the game and the book and the cards. It's a tabletop role-playing game where you play raccoons going on adventures, because that's never been done. Oh yeah, it has. It's called Mouse Guard, Red Wall, Honey Heist, Bunnies and Burrows. Yeah, it's been done. From Julian's Game, we have The Underground, an action movie tabletop role-playing game. $25 gets you the POD discount version of the book. So for $25, you give me a coupon to get a print on demand for a copy of the book, but I still have to, pay for the shipping and everything else. So basically, it's a tabletop role-playing game where your characters are in the world where realities are similar to that of action movies. You get to gain powers to perform over-the-top stunts. This has been tried before. Action movie role-playing game. We got the action movie tropes. We got the angry chief of police who fires you, and then you can solve the crime. Get Maverick, get out of my office and don't come back till you've calmed down. Hand me your badge and your gun. Yeah. This has been done before. $25 just for the POD seems a little pricey. All right, we've got a convention that's looking for some support. And December 5th, we've got Meeple Peak 2024 in Carson City, Nevada, March 15th through March 17th, 2024. The end date to support this is December 5th. $100 gets you 2 badges, dice, poker chips, and more. It's a tabletop board gaming convention. They say there's going to be no, role playing, but sure, there'll be some. I'm sure there's some role playing, but it'd be mostly board games. If you're a board game fan, it's in Carson City, Nevada. Yes, there are towns in Nevada besides Las Vegas and Reno. I know it's hard to believe, but yes, Carson City is out there. So if you want to help support a board gaming con and you live in the great state of Nevada, $100. This is the kind of thing I want people to support. As much as I say support me or support my friends, or no, really, the thing, if you can only choose one Kickstarter to crowdfund, it would be anything that gets people going back to physical spaces, cons, game shops, anything like that. I am 110% always behind supporting these, because we need these. We need these still. We need people to still meet in public and understand, that this is how we play. Okay. And we want that legacy to continue as more and more people withdraw into the digital world. Why should I leave my home? I can do everything for me, because it's just not the same. And now it's time to shill to EN Publishing. EN Publishing is still looking for support for their Vault of the Splintered Souls, the D&D 5th edition mega dungeon. $10 for the PDF of the dungeon. $20 gets you the physical copy of the dungeon, and you get the Vault of the Splintered Souls map for free, which I would, have said before. That kind of goes without saying. You should give us the map for free. The map should be in the book. I should get a PDF copy of the map when I give you the $10, and that's up to me whether I want to print it out or not. But anyways, this is a 14-level mega dungeon, about 20 rooms per level. You get a map. You get a digital copy of it. You get a physical copy. For $10, you get the PDF. It's EN Publishing. They're the ones who, as you know, I get the links from every week. So support these guys because I love EN Publishing and their role-playing products. Level Up 5e Advance. I can constantly say, what I say about these guys is they're my 5e people's hero. They're my 5e Chad Gable. They're my 5e mid-card champions. They just do the work. They're just out there. They're doing the work. So if you're looking for a mega dungeon, this one's probably going to be decent. And that appears to be it for the crowdfunding fundings and nonsense stuff. That was a word. If any of those sound like something you want to support, head on over to your favorite Kickstarter, crowdfunding, Backerlick, Itch.io, something channel of choice. Toss them a coin or two, get yourself a copy of the game and free swag maybe. I noticed the amount of free swag these guys are giving away seems to be getting lower and lower. And half the time I want, when you want to kickstart something, it's because you want that rare free swag. It's like, yeah, I guess I want your game, but I really want is the t-shirt and the poster and the dice and the pins and whatever. That's why I'm giving you $100 is for the freebies. On the other hand, it's probably getting more and more expensive for these companies to create these freebies that they want to give away with the Kickstarter. So it's just sort of this ugly whirlpool of, a lot of us just want to support these because we want the extra free stuff. We want to feel special. And the games company's like, I want to make the free stuff because I know it makes you feel special and you're more likely to support me, but I can't afford to make the free stuff. I think I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just remember there used to be more free stuff. I miss the days of getting stickers and t-shirts and pins. But then, I'm a 5-year-old trapped in the body of a 57-year-old, so I like toys. That's it. If any of these sound like something you want to pick up, let me know. If you do get them, let me know. If you want to review them and send me the review, let me know. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year, and I'll talk to you all later. Happy end of November. Hopefully you've eaten all your leftovers by now.